some sound over here.
You are a part of the Ace and TJ radio family.
Go.
This is launch control.
Let's synchronize, shall we?
Ready. 3, 2, 1.
Let's go! Live from the Calitrin Studios, this is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
So Rob was telling us that he had a pink velvet macchiato this morning. Mm-hmm. Is he culturally appropriating the Italians?
Yeah.
Running around here using Italian words like macchiato.
Macchiato. Yep.
What does that even mean?
What?
Macchiato.
I don't know. I don't steal people's culture, Rob. It ain't none of my business what macchiato means.
Oh, it's an espresso with a dash of frothy steamed milk.
Frothy steamed milk.
Oh my God, I love it when my milk's frothy.
Can you froth this a little more?
Can you make this a little macchiato?
That's one of the things we bought for my father-in-law, I think, for Christmas.
A macchiato?
A frother.
I have one.
A milk frother.
My friend Mark bought us one. My friend Mark buys us things that he wants to use when he's staying with us.
Oh, he knows you have it
before
the next time
he came a couple of weeks ago, and before he got there, a delivery arrived with his favorite, what do you call those things? Nespresso pods.
Yeah.
Prepped and ready for that video.
Yeah.
It's not the news, it's more important. Now trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ.
To the set of a public television channel in Ecuador, and they had guns and explosives, and they're up in the cameras throwing like what I can only assume are some sort of gang signs. But it's a crazy scene. The viral videos all over the internet this morning. I don't really know what's going on in Ecuador. I'm not quite up on the politics of Ecuador, but doesn't look good.
Yeah, it's not a luxurious destination.
It's not.
You know, you want to take a family vacation there. No.
Doesn't sound that much fun, but that is the top trending topic at the moment. Followed by Don Lemon. He has announced his comeback. He's got a new show on X, formerly Twitter. And he said, I've heard you, and today I am back. Bigger, bolder, and freer. I don't know who's
the big outcry for Don Lemon to come back.
I'm all for free speech and people getting out there and sharing their opinions, but I don't know that people were beating down his door like, Don Lemon, we need you back on TV.
We haven't left the house since you got fired.
But apparently there's a ravenous following for Don Lemon. So he's bringing back his show on X, and Elon Musk said this is the way forward. It's a free speech place where no one's going to cancel you, and there's no one around monitoring what you say and trying to get you in trouble for it. So a lot of people are saying this is a good move.
Yeah, it is.
Chuck E. Cheese is also trending. If you've ever dreamt about owning your own Chuck E. Cheese, not just a franchise location, but the entire Chuck E. Cheese, you might be able to do it. Reuters is reporting that it might be on the market soon. No word on how much it might cost, but they've already filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So I don't know. I've never been to a Chuck E. Cheese.
You haven't?
No.
They're fun.
We had a Jillian's growing up. My brother was a manager at Jillian's, which is now a Dave & Buster's.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've never been to a Chuck E. Cheese, but I just know Dave & Buster's is probably a little bit better than Chuck E. Cheese.
Well,
they're not really comparable.
Yeah.
They're not.
No, Chuck E. Cheese is a pizza place that has a play area more for little kids.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dave
and then
&
they have
Buster's are awesome.
animatronic bands.
I knew that. I've seen that before. But I mean, this is kind of like the equivalent of like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Like you get your own mega play place, but it's Chuck E. Cheese. So if you can scrape together a couple $100 million, I'm assuming it could all be yours. Very exciting. There's a woman that went to Switzerland and she ordered a standard McDonald's order. But when she ended up paying for it, it's going to blow the top of your dang head off. I'll tell you what it was coming up next.
Share Funny is now a little extra. The Extra Funny podcast coming up at 9 a.m. live on the Ace and TJ Family app and anytime wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Hi, I'm Thomas Davis, and let me tell you why I'm a proud member of Team Neogenics.
If your nagging pain is keeping you from being active, do something about it. Join the long list of pros and average Joes who have found relief with our stem cell and regenerative therapies.
After trying all the others, I decided to try Neogenics. My knees and shoulders haven't felt this good since my college days. If you want to get back in the game, do what I did. Visit Neogenics, where all you have to lose is pain.
It's more than just a great room that makes the Hyatt-centric South Park Charlotte such a special hotel. It's the great restaurants, the great bar, the great meeting rooms, and a superior location. Make reservations and get details at acetj.com/Hyatt.
When it's time for you to upgrade any of the furniture in your house, the first thing you need to do is check out Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture. You're going to love the people that run Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture. Go to acetj.com/mattress and find them.
On your phone, on your radio, in your car, on your iPad, on your computer, and on the Ace and TJ Family app. Anytime, anywhere, for your entertainment. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Do you know what kind of currency the people in Switzerland use?
Marks?
No.
What?
I don't know.
The franc.
A franc.
The franc.
The franc.
One franc is about $1.50, and this guy named Leon went to McDonald's, and apparently the pricing for McDonald's in Switzerland is the highest pricing for McDonald's anywhere in the world. I didn't know that. Okay. Apparently, and that's all fast food. It's just very expensive rate of cost of living over there in Switzerland, which makes sense. It's pretty beautiful. But somebody went
amazing looking.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly looks incredible. This guy went to order some McNuggets on the kiosk that they have in McDonald's, and turns out they got Big Macs, they got the McChicken, and they got the chicken nuggets, chicken McNuggets, just like they do in America. Who knew? But he noticed something. They have the 6-piece, the 20-piece, and then the spicy version of the 20-piece and the 6-piece. But then there's also one McNugget, and it shows the one McNugget in a little paper thing like they serve the hash brown in. And people were like, who's doing that? Apparently, a lot of people do that. They will go in and just get one McNugget.
Is it huge, though?
It's the same size.
Oh.
And it costs $1.42 for a McNugget.
They order one McNugget, and like you'd go in and get a drink and one McNugget.
Just to take the edge off.
And the one nugget costs $1.42?
Yeah.
So is that translated from the franc, right?
Yeah. So it's $1.20 franc. Which translates to $1.42 American. So, but apparently a lot of people do that, but it also gives you the option to add more than one. Like you can choose the number. But again, it's very expensive. Now, this is way different. When you go to McDonald's here in America and you get a 20-piece nugget and you're with your friend and they're like, hey, can I get a McNugget? You're going to give them a nugget.
Yeah.
But if I'm paying $1.42 and I've ordered 5 McNuggets, I want all those McNuggets. Like I've made that decision based on how many I plan on eating. If I'm going one by one,
you've got over $7 invested in 5 McNuggets.
Yeah, it's not something I'm readily willing to share with another. I don't know if that makes me a bad person.
Yeah, I wouldn't particularly like it, but I would do it. I wouldn't say no. You can't have one.
You would not.
No.
Did I tell you guys that for Christmas?
Well, it's mainly because I'm not a jerk.
Good point, TJ.
Yeah. What, Rob?
For Christmas Eve dinner, we got a 50-piece nugget at Meredith's house.
A 50-piece McNugget?
Yeah, we got that for Christmas Eve dinner.
Nice. Well,
Wait, that's just what the two of you ate?
No.
Oh.
That was what we brought to Christmas Eve dinner.
Oh, you brought. Merry Christmas. Did they serve him in a bucket?
Yeah. Well, they didn't this time, but they normally do.
Was the rest of the meal your typical Thanksgiving Christmas type dinner with turkey, ham, whatever?
No, they had like pizza dip and nachos.
Yeah. So I mean, y'all were basically,
You're
bringing
fine
the
then.
same kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did that on The Crown as well. They so TJ said he would happily give one up. Probably not the same for a lot of women. Fair?
Yeah. Women are more territorial over things like that.
My mom certainly was. It was well known you didn't touch the Milano cookies. I don't share my blank What is it for you specifically? Maybe it's the Cherry Coke Zeros that you got out in the fridge. Maybe it's, 6 McNuggets. You're not sharing the McNuggets. You'll share the fries. Don't ask me to try one of my McNuggets. And give us the reason why you don't and the specific situation when this happens. At the Ace TJ Show, we'll get your answers next.
Don't miss the Extra Funny podcast coming up at 9 a.m. Eastern. Live on the Ace and TJ Family app or download anytime wherever you get podcasts. More Ace and TJ coming up.
When it comes to buying or selling a house, there are all kinds of people that can help you do that, but not like the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. They are so much more than just real estate salespeople. Find out by going to acetj.com/Temple team. If you want all of the heating, air, and electrical work in your house done by the very best, then you need Bradham Brothers. They've been a family business thriving for over 50 years, and that means they're doing something right. Go to BradhamBrothers.com.
Today, every company is a technology company, but becoming a fully enabled digital workplace is not easy. That's why you have CompuCom to guide you, a proven leader in managed IT services. They'll do more than just get you ready for today. They'll get you ready for tomorrow. Go to CompuCom.com for details.
Miss any part of today's show? Catch up anytime on the Ace and TJ Family app or wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Ace is fired up. He's giving critiques about Metallica just now. No, man, that ain't cool. You need to strap up, get on stage.
Yeah, it's got to time it out better.
Fire.
The beginnings of concerts are very important to me. I hate missing the beginning of anything, concert, ball game, whatever. But B, I have there's a way it should happen and occur. You don't just walk out and sit around for 20 minutes before you go on.
Normally I'll rock, but not today.
Yeah. Send Metallica an email. I'm sure they would love that.
If I were able to, I'd be like, we got to fix this.
So we were talking about this guy. He went to McDonald's in Switzerland, and you can purchase McDonald's McNuggets by the nugget. Like if you want 4. You can buy 4 if you want 1. Oh, he said a lot of people actually just buy 1 McNugget, which at that point, why even go to McDonald's? Just go home. It's not going to do anything for me. But what are you not sharing? Like if you purchased 1 McNugget or 2 McNuggets, you're not going to share that with somebody else. And TJ's wife, Jody, is notorious about not sharing her Cokes when she was a kid with her sister. I don't have anything like that in my family other than my mom not sharing her Milano Pepperidge Farm cookies.
Well, my wife had to hide the Cokes because her sister would drink them all the first day from the grocery store.
Yeah.
That's why. It wasn't she was just being stingy. Now, when she won't share stuff with me, she's just being stingy.
She's just stingy.
Yeah.
So what are you just not sharing? Like it's well known, and the people are so not embarrassed by saying any of this stuff, and it's kind of wild. Like Teresa said, my Alani's, which those are the protein shakes. I've seen you have one of those.
Energy drinks.
Or energy drinks.
Alani News.
She said
hot with the ladies.
Yeah,
they taste great. There's not a real energy boost there.
Oh, really?
But I'm a pro.
Teresa said my Alani's, like everybody knows. But one woman said even my kids know. My Mountain Dews. Mama needs her go-go juice. I was like, okay, I'm sure she's had that conversation before.
I just saw that my wife responded.
Yeah, she's on there too.
I was going to say that. Yeah, she said, "Leave my fries alone." She does not share fries. There is nothing that I have, no matter who it is, but especially with her. There's nothing I would eat or drink that I wouldn't share with anybody anytime that they. Hey, can I try that? Sure, try this. But yeah,
I'm that way too. I just can't imagine.
You don't ask her for a fry, but she does not play.
I can't imagine not sharing with somebody if they wanted to share with me.
Yeah.
Like, here, take half of them if you want. Take what you want.
Well, for the record, 98% of these comments
women.
They're women.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right.
There is a guy on there, but
I figured that. Yeah.
they're mostly women. Like the one guy that I see is my Little Debbie Christmas trees. I keep mine in the fridge because I like them when they taste cold, but those are mine.
You're right, though. I hadn't paid attention, but every answer is female.
Yeah, I told you it would be.
Yeah. But Ace is notorious for like asking for fries. So maybe you've just like run her down, and she's like, "I'm done with that."
How am I notorious for?
Well, because you'll always say, let me steal one of those fries. That's what he is. Let me steal one of those fries.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
We're friends here.
I don't care.
What's the problem?
But clearly, it's rubbed her the wrong way.
That has never. If somebody asks me for something, that never bothers me. Like, yeah, try it here.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother either.
My wife also will not share her phone charging cord.
That was the other thing.
Yeah.
But it's because it doesn't come back to her, right?
Right.
Yeah, so that might be more
That's
reasonable.
fair.
Like if it's not going to end up back where I left it, then I got to go hunt it down. That's more annoying than just like sharing a cookie or something like that.
Phone chargers. Don't get me started.
That's
It's
a
a hassle in my house with phone chargers. And where'd they go? Who moved it? Why is it not here? I don't have one by my bedside that's got a 75-foot long cord. What happened? I don't know. I put them by your bedside all the time. I don't know where they go. It just makes me crazy.
Well, see here, you need to follow my lead and just not have a family. Like every phone charger is mine. Everything, all that food is mine. It's all mine.
If anything goes missing, you did it.
Exactly.
That's right. There you go.
Ladies, you think you're being funny on TikTok, putting your boyfriends and husbands through little tests so you can put them on social media and embarrass them? Well, that has backfired in the ugliest way possible. I'll tell you the story coming up next.
Get Ace and TJ anytime, anywhere, at your convenience with the Ace and TJ Show podcast. Available wherever you get podcasts. More Ace and TJ is next.
When it comes to your money and things like a cash out refi, you hear a lot of stuff these days. Information is flying around, but here's the bottom line. You want someone you can trust. Well, here is someone that we trust. Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Companies. We worked with Richard for years, and you know all the ins and outs, and more importantly, you give everybody options.
That's right. We have a lot of options. You know, this one lady, we just refinanced her house, paid off all of her credit card debts. She even paid her car off. She's saving $1,000 a month. So that really changes her life and her, her financial well-being.
Yeah.
And she didn't have to make a house payment until 2024. So, I mean, there's not a better time to do it is when you need the extra money every month.
They call it cash out, is what we call it in the business.
Cash out.
Cash out.
That's right. Cash out.
So it's one free 5-minute phone call right now, 704-800-4719, 704-800-4719, or go to homewithrichard.com. Do it today. You'll be so glad you did. The Richard Toccato Companies.
Meal delivery services are a big thing right now, but Table and Twine is your local meal delivery service. The meals are fresh, not frozen like national chains. Plus, their meals start at just $7.99 a serving. Take back that time in your day, leave the shopping, preparation, and cooking to Table and Twine. Get details at tableandtwine.com. That's tableandtwine.com.
Join the Stowe Family YMCA for the 2023 Fall Festival Family Game Night. It's a nostalgic night where board games come to life, featuring trunk or treat, arts and crafts, a bounce house, and more. It's Friday, October 27th, 5 to 7 p.m. at the Stowe Family YMCA. Get more information at gastonymca.org.
Available when you want, how you want, on the Ace and TJ Family app. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Go check out Ace TJ Prime Plus. It's our paid tier subscription where you get exclusive content that you can't get anywhere else, including TJ's political show, which is brand new today. First one of 2024. And the rumor is he's really going to go nuts on this one.
Yeah, Rob said when he was editing it and whatnot, it burned his computer up.
My computer was smoking over there.
That MacBook was just teeming with conservatism and patriotism.
Yeah. Burned it down to a Mac pamphlet now.
It's just red, white, and blue ash all over Rob's desk at the moment.
That's my bad. That's from the Red Velvet Donut.
Is that what that is? So I think women have really gone too far, and this is proof of that. You guys have heard of the orange peel theory? That's like, it was big on TikTok last year. It was the theory that if you're dating somebody, you're married to somebody, and a woman pulls out an orange, the guy should immediately, without being asked a question or even bringing it up, grab it from her, peel it for her, and then hand it back to her. It's the orange peel theory, meaning that guys should go out of their way without having to be asked to do it, to do little things for you, like peeling an orange. And there's a lot of these things where women test their boyfriends and husbands on the internet. Another one I saw a few months ago was a girl looked at her boyfriend. She goes, okay, let's say we weren't married, or let's say we weren't together and you were with somebody else. Would you cheat on your girlfriend with me if you saw me at a party? And then he goes, no, I'm not a cheater. And then she gets like legitimately angry at him. You wouldn't cheat on your girlfriend if I was flirting with you? And he's like, no, well, I don't cheat with anybody. I'm not a cheater. And then they don't take that well.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So is there a right answer?
I guess it depends on your perspective.
The name one is another one. Say a girl's name that's been going around recently that went viral. If you don't say her name, it's, oh, really? Really? Okay.
Yeah.
But if you said, yes, I would cheat on her with you, then she's going to say, okay, well, that's good to know, because then the next me that comes along, I know what you're going to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't think there is a right answer.
That's what I'm saying, is it's a lose-lose in that.
Well, a woman named Ariel said she had been bringing up this orange peel theory to her boyfriend a lot, like just reminding him of these things that therapists that she's found on the internet say this is a good sign of a sign of a good relationship. And finally, he had enough and broke up with her. He's like, I'm not in a relationship to be tested. You either
That's what you should do. You should break up.
Oh, I love that.
You like that he left her?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Ugh.
I hate it. Yeah, you don't. It's every day you can never relax around that person because you're always having to think a step ahead. Like, is this a test? What's the right answer? What am I supposed to say? Every time she asks something or does something, you've got to try to anticipate what this means. That's not a relationship.
Yeah.
And she obviously doesn't think that he's, the right person, or she wouldn't have to keep testing him all the time.
Yeah. There was one guy that was really applauded by the internet because he filmed recorded a video of himself opening a pomegranate, which is like a real pain in the butt because you got to pick those seeds out of it and stuff. And he's basically doing, saying, and he's a young guy. And he's like, I just do this because it's the right thing to do. And women seem to love that. But one relationship expert said, I'm not a fan of tests because they're designed to instigate insecurity.
Yep.
So I want to do these now. I need to get in a relationship I need to see more tests where men test the women.
But they don't.
They don't. I think they should. You got to fight fire with fire.
Yeah, the only test that men have for women is looking at how big their mamas are. We haven't evolved past that.
That's the test?
That's it. That's the man test.
And I didn't even, wouldn't think of that. That's just what men always say. Look at her mama, and that's how she's going to look.
Missed part of the show? Just download it. Get the Ace and TJ podcast on any platform. More of the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show is coming up.